tell you what's going on backstage.
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare.
Well, she's getting pictures right now. It's okay because we're not quite ready.
Hare Rama, Hare
Well, then you better go tell her she's supposed to come on.
Oh, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, oh Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hi, Dan. Want to come over here?
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Krishna,
The kid's right there. If you want to
Krishna,
say hi.
Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare
Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada.
No.
Oh my God, already? It's been 8 no.
Is it filming?
Oh,
No, it's not filming. Oh, yeah, it is.
So welcome, friends and neighbors, brothers, sisters, Yami, others from the next valley, spies, whatever it may be. Welcome to Venables Valley. For the, I guess it's the 12th, I think it's the 12th graduation ceremony for Govardhan Academy, or 11th or 12th. Well, let me put it this way. This is a landmark day because this is the last time one of the students will have had a connection with the public school district. It was Narangi was grade K when and before it switched. So historically, you probably remember that the BC government had a plan to consolidate everybody everywhere into as few schools as possible. And so that meant closing literally hundreds of elementary schools all over the province. But while for some that proved to be very challenging, for us it turned out to be a windfall. And that was from the ashes of that closing of the school came Govardhan Academy. So it actually worked out really nice as far as we're concerned. Oh, yes, it's true. If you haven't heard, the mother of the Grad had a serious accident just yesterday, but not so serious that she's, dead. But so that's the good news. But it was serious. She hurt her knee very bad, so she can't be here. But I think we're streaming live, so she can hear this. So just to get that out of the way, I would like everybody to say, but all together. That's okay. We have it recorded in case it doesn't go live. But to say, "Hi, Udara, wish you were here." Is that the best thing to say? We miss you.
We love you and miss you.
Okay, so that's too much. We'll never say all that together. It'll just turn into a white sound. Okay, on the count of 3, it's going to be, "Hi, Udara, we miss you." 1, 2, 3. Okay. While we're here, and just to stretch things out a little bit, I have a thought that I'll share, is that, a person could argue that the educational opportunities at the Govardhan Academy are very limited, right? No resources, basically, certainly no budget. So in that case, maybe. But if you consider the possibility that there actually is a God, which you've got 50-50, right? If you're buying a lottery ticket, that's not bad. So 50-50 chance that it's true, and that the purpose of life is to, develop some sense of that, some appreciation for the fact that there is a God as a foundation for, continuing on with your life. If you consider the value of some kind of ethical or moral attitude and some general respect for life, then you would have to say that the Govardhan Academy actually gives you a step up, for your moving on in life. So that's how I like to think about it, that these students have a distinct advantage, moving on from here, in the sense that they have that kind of foundation. Anyway, maybe true, maybe not true, but that's my belief. So also, as a final note, when you think about it, we've got a graduating class of 1 this year. Our biggest year, I think, was a graduating class of 3. Normally it's 1, maybe, sometimes not. So, and then when you think about that if you're only one person graduating, and yet so many people come just to say, good luck, we're behind you, we support you, then, you get a sense of confidence, and, it's got to be good for your self-esteem when, people turn out, even though you're only one single person, and say,
Rock on.
we're behind. So, what I have here, one thing I have before we get going, is a letter from a former resident here, Dina Tarney. And I would ask for a volunteer to come up and read the letter. It's, just her. Okay, Lala, can you read good?
I was kidding.
Lots of big words here. Okay. This is Dina Tarney's wishes for Narangi, so read by Lala. No, I can't.
Dearest Narangi, Hari Bol and heartfelt love and well wishes to Banabihari's youngest milkmaid. It's hard to believe that what seems like only a few moments ago I watched you as a baby in your mother's arms. Even then you had an infectious laugh, always joyous and naturally sweetness personified. Kartamasha and Radhakund tell me that you have always retained that sweetness. Yet what I think made Yamuna and I love you so much through your early life was your sincere desire to serve, to be a friend to all, and to freely express a spontaneous and natural love for spiritual life. Whenever you came with the older milkmaids to serve Sri Radha Banabihari, you were so excited and enthusiastic, joyfully taking on any service. When we held programs on special days, I would see tears in your eyes as you presented your offering to the deities. Another time, we saw you alone on the porch crying, and when Yamuna asked what was the matter, you lamented that you were too young to be a milkmaid. She reassured you that there was no age limit to being a milkmaid. It was just a matter of the heart, and you had such a big heart. These are some of my memories of you. Now you are on the verge of adulthood, the time when you take all that you have learned, both from joys and the challenges, and you use that knowledge as a jumping off point to bloom, to grow to become the best that you can be. The seeds of bhakti have been planted in your heart, have been watered, and have now sprouted. I'm so excited to see you continue to mature as the beautiful devotee you have always been. As long as you keep Krishna in your heart, gratitude is in life's blessings, and appreciation for others, you will become more and more wonderful. Of that I am certain. Congratulations on your graduation from the best school. I love you and am always there for you, encouraging you and praying for you from within and without. Dina.
In case you don't know, the theme for this year's graduation is, well, you can probably guess just by looking at that up there. Anyway, the theme is sunset. And one reason that they chose the theme sunset is because this is an aging community. And many of us are entering into the sunset of life. If you're a senior, raise your hand. If you feel like a senior, raise your hand. So it's, anyway, that's the theme. Now, at every graduation, somebody's going to say it takes a village to raise a child. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to leave that for the next speakers. It would be Hari Leela. Hari Leela is kind of like the, I guess you would say the hallmark of, professional education in Venables Valley. So we'll hear what she has to say.
That was a pretty overwhelming introduction. I'm not sure I can live up to it, but it's certainly a great honor to be here at your graduation, Narangi, and I feel really grateful that you honor me to allow me to speak and to share with you some of the things I think about you and know about you. And I have to tell you that actually you come from a long line of graduates from Venables Valley and Sharanagati. The Sharanagati Venables Valley alumni. It stretches back, actually, Jai and Deva, who are here, I think you were the first graduates.
Sure.
And then, you were the first. And then, we've had Nam and Radha and Baba and Janaki and Kalindi and Gopal and Jenny, and Neela was here for a while, and she's now in Mayapur, and she's helping teach young children. And as you know, the occupations and things people have done is varied as the people themselves. So, you know, I'm very actually proud of Sharanagati and Venables, and I think you're the latest, greatest example of the alumni that Sharanagati is producing. And so I think that, you know, Yogi was saying that your mother isn't here. But actually, how many people consider themselves Narangi's mother? Other mother. Other mother. So you have so many mothers in this community who really care for you and look after you and be part of your life, and they'll always wish you well. And so, you know, when you graduate, I was asked to write a reference for Narangi because she was applying for some grants. So I thought, well, how many pages should this be? Because there's so many things about Narangi that make her special. And Narangi gets sometimes stubborn. And I mean stubborn in a way that it's determined. Because some people are determined. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But they don't actually follow through. Or they think, oh yeah, I want to do something, and they don't follow through. So that's where Narangi's stubbornness also comes in, because she's determined to go to TRU, so she just stuck with it and just kind of pushed through and did it. And so I'm really proud of you for that, Narangi. And I think that's something that she's learned. And this year she was fortunate. You've always grown up with Chaya in your graduation, and Chaya graduated a bit earlier in the year, but in a sense this is your graduation too, because it's your 12th grade. So you two were such a pleasure. I mean, actually every single child I've worked with is an absolute pleasure. I don't know how you'd ever pick them, but everybody has different flavors. And your flavor is just, I see sometimes you're like a hub that people like to be around, because you're always smiling and you're always generous, you're always kind. I mean, I'm sure you have your moments, I just haven't seen them, so I'm talking about what I see. But for all of that, I just really, and I know all of us really wish you well and just love you to pieces, and we're just always here, and you should never, I guess there's other fathers here too, but Yogi's here at the moment, so I won't say that too much, but definitely you should know that wherever you go, this is always a home, and you're home. And whatever skills you learn, you can share them, and whatever devotion you have, I know you'll share. When Auntie went down to Mexico, again, these children, they're so bold, you know, they go to Mexico and they lead kirtans and chant and preach, and now they're off to California to do a food program. So I'm awestruck. So thank you for Narangi for letting me be in your life and for letting me be your teacher. I'm really grateful that I know you, and I'll know you for a long time to come. So here's to Narangi Moore, our lady.
Hi, Leela. Hi, Leela.
Yeah, it's true that Narangi is stubborn.
I meant in a determined way.
Yeah, but it's true that quality does have a bright side to it, a good side to it. And that good side is determination. And as far as Narangi always being happy, if you want to know if she's always happy at home, actually she is. So now this is the part of the program that gets a little hazy. It's called Speeches by Others. And so this is kind of spontaneous. You know from previous years that sometimes I'll call on people, but it's also just nice to have a show of hands. If somebody particularly wants to say something, I think it's appropriate to ask Patricia Dennis to say something, because she's kind of like the original ambassador of education,
It's always such a joy to come and celebrate with you. I look out at your faces and you know, you're my kids. You really are. And you have wonderful shoes to follow because, as Harley has said, everyone has gone on to do amazing things. And we were all once just here in Venables Valley, but we've gone on to see the world, make a mark in the world. And I'm so excited for you because you're on to do the same thing. And I wish you many adventures to come. And I wish you much joy in the future. And thanks for having me. I just love being here. Thank you.
You know, the Venables Valley community, it's always kind of an unusual place. And when Patricia was here in the beginning, you can just imagine, you know, everybody's, now we're getting a little bit more refined, but, you know, pretty rough around the edges. And she saw past all of that and really helped us in, you know, establishing like a standard for education, valuing your children. So we have other speeches by others, but like I said, I don't know who else is here that wants to speak. Otherwise, let me put it this way. You've got like, I'll give you 10 seconds to raise your hand if you want to say something. Otherwise, I'm moving on to the next item on the agenda. Oh, Janaki, her sister wants to say something.
I'll do my East Indian accent. Well, I didn't know I didn't have to. I wouldn't have done one, but Carr asked, so. I remember when my parents told me that they were pregnant with Narangi. After the twins, that prospect was a nightmare. So I decided I was going to move out to the barn. Everyone thought that she was a boy when she was first born, but we were quickly disappointed and realized that that boy was actually a girl. However, she's proven to be anything but a disappointment. I never did move out to the barn, but my memories of Narangi seem far and few between. I do recall that when she was a baby, she was so bald for so long, and that we all called her Baldy. I remember the first time she ever sat up in her tiny pink baby romper, she was trying desperately to watch Shrek on the TV. And we all know that to this day, her love of TV has never waned and has perhaps grown even stronger. There have been countless times that I've had Narangi watch my crazy kids ride steep, dangerous terrain or lope bareback in the snow, even though she would fall, especially with her slippery ski pants. But the thing about Narangi is that she might complain a little or a lot through the process, but she does what she needs to do and she doesn't quit. She's the most resilient, tenacious, and hardworking teenager I have ever known. There have been times in my life where I felt I had nowhere to turn and I knew that she would listen and empathize with my experiences. Even though we are separated by many, many, many years, which makes me seem really, really old, but I won't say that, I'm double her age. Narangi has a wisdom and strength within her that normally only comes with time, but also a childishness about her that allows children to delight and revel in her company. I'm so honored and grateful to know her, even more thankful to call her my sister, and so excited to see what she accomplishes in the future. Because the possibilities are endless and her determination and tenacity will bring a successful and exciting future. Congratulations. Okay. Thank you.
That was really a good speech. Nice job. Okay, so students' presentation. You know, we didn't actually rehearse this program, in case you're wondering, but there is a student presentation which is going to happen pretty immediately almost. And I feel it coming.
Okay, so traditionally, I guess teachers speak at the graduation, but I'm not physically capable of that so much. So we write a song for the grad. Well, we rewrite a song. So this is kind of a speech from all of us, and on behalf of our school guardians, Christian Balaram, for Narangi. Narangi's immensely disappointed because she requested country and a dance.
Oh, disgusting!
Fear not. We have attempted country. It started out country, but
At least bust out some line dancing.
Don't look at the cowboy hat. They're gonna do something.
so Sunny, at the end, if you could join in the line dance.
Oh.
The country, it's really hard to find. There's a Hare Krishna village near the old gold mine. The joint starts jumping every morning when the clock strikes 9. They got music and dance, reading and chants. It's for all the children folk. Go to Govardhan Academy. They do a good job, they work hard for no money. When it's quit in time, they start the festival plan and fire up the wood stoves and let the dogs come in. If you're going down the highway, find their hideaway stuck out in the woods. Go to Govardhan Academy. Kanchi Krishna Balaram, Govardhan Booty Shop, Tamamba Dummy. Then to class, make it fast, get her done and have a blast. You'll get lots of cookies. Oh, sit down, look around, you just found Govardhan Academy. Oh, sit down, look around, you just found Govardhan Academy. Teacher asks you, are you meeting your schedule? You're really meant to, but your reasons are special. The bus tour is coming, but you've got school in July. You put yes over test, volleyball till dark, but we'll do whatever it takes to keep your parents happy. To Krishna Balaram, Govardhan Booty Shop, Tamahamba Rami. Then to class, make it fast, get her done, then have a blast. You'll get lots of cookies. Oh, sit down, look around, you just found Govardhan Academy. Oh, sit down, look around, you just found Govardhan Academy.
You guys need a manager? I don't know how to do it well.
In keeping with the sunset theme, we moved the podium to this side now. Now we have Narangi's speech. Now, Narangi warned me that she's going to try to make everybody here cry. My suspicion is that she'll be the one crying. But anyway, speech by the Grad.
When writing the speech, I had to go through a lot of trouble not to put a lot of bad jokes in it. So a few may slip in there, and I'll try not to cry. Thank you. So as my father said... I'm recording. Okay. As my father said in the very beginning, it takes a village to raise a child. This could not be more true in my case. Everyone here today has played a role in my life and helped me to get where I am today. And I could not be more grateful for everything that you've done. Hi, Leela. A person mentioned in every graduation speech ever held here at Grad Academy, and probably all the graduations before that. Hi, Leela. Just like all the people before me, I wouldn't be here without you. I don't think you realize how much you help us, because it can never be put into words. Bringing us treats when we complete our homework, and coming to sit on us when we didn't. You came into the school to help us with math, and you ended up helping us with not just math, but with science, English, and getting our lives on track. There is no one I respect more and appreciate more than you. I'm so happy that you are here today because I couldn't imagine what my school life would have been without you. In fact, I couldn't imagine my life without you, period. Car, Radha, and your beautiful family. What would this valley do without you guys? You guys are the strongest people I know, and without you, who knows where we would be today. Car, I will always appreciate and be so grateful for what you have given me. I don't know where he is. A connection with Krishna and Balaram, and memories I will never forget. I remember when the school first opened, and my parents couldn't stop gushing about how great it is that you're in the valley and starting a new school. As a kid, I never understood why this was such a big deal. Well, now I completely understand why it is such a great thing. The plays that we've done and the long nights accompanying them will always be some of my favorite memories. Car, I could never thank you enough for being by my side throughout the years and giving me the support and encouragement to finish school and have fun doing it. And as they say, by every successful man, there is a woman shaking her head. Radha, although you were only my teacher for a few months before Ganesham came along, you were the head and heart of the school. And we would never be able to function without being a part of my life, so thank you, Radha. And the process it has been for me to get here. Nandini, I don't know where you are either. I can't locate anyone. I don't know.
Real loud.
Nandini! I want to thank you for joining the Grad Academy family with a huge leap this year. Without you, I am fairly certain the school would have fallen apart without an elementary teacher. and seeing your smiling face and joking around with you all year has been the highlight of my time. So thank you for being a part of my life and bringing happiness with you to cheer us up every day at Govardhan Academy. Vana, Revati, Jazzy, Lakshmi, Chaya, Lala, Shama, all the students at Govardhan Academy. Oh, where to begin? The past years at the school would have been very bland without you. You guys are the best distractions a girl could ever ask for. I don't want to be up here too long, so I can't recount all the stories that we have made together. But there are some pretty great ones. Thank you guys for helping me deal with the stress of everyday life and always offering comfort and support to me whenever I needed it. You guys are all the best friends a person could ever have, and I hope that we stay this way forever. I swear, everyone, I'm almost done. My dearest family, Mommy, who couldn't be here today, Dad, Janaki, Rasa, and Kava. Mommy, I may be stubborn at times, and I probably spend way too much time in my room. But thank you for always being there for me, for making me stay home when I'm behind in school, for always keeping me grounded when I may float around too much. You have always been so supportive of what I wanted to do with my life, and have given me more than I could ever say. And I'm sorry if I'm crying at this part, but I could never talk about all you've given me and not cry. Sorry. Daddy, I will chin flap you if it's the last thing I ever do. It's a competition we have between us. But in all seriousness, thank you for always being on my side and for always making a positive joke in any situation. Second page. I will never go into infomercials, but thank you for always thinking about me in my future. I love you, and thank you for helping me get here today. Janaki, whenever life got me down, would text you, and you would change my mind really quickly. You've always believed in me and what I am capable of, and that has helped me do more than I could ever. Sorry, I lost my more than I can say. Rasa, I know you couldn't be here today, but that's okay. I'll just make sure you never forget it. When I was a kid, we fought all the time, but we grew out of that, and now you're one of the only people who laughs at my jokes. Thank you, Rasa, for being my big sister and for all your constant support. Kava. You have put up with me for the past 17 years, constantly wearing your clothes and taking your stuff, but you've always been pretty chill with it. Thank you, Kava, for always making me smile and for helping me make all kinds of decisions in life, like whether or not I should buy clothes I can't afford. She always said yes to that, by the way. Thank you to my entire family for putting up with my crazy personality and for always supporting me throughout the school years. And of course, there are people here, Colleen, Robert French, Jenny, our new Sides family. Before you guys, life was a lot more difficult with Surrey Connect. You guys have been by our side for 2 years now, and you have given us so much support and helped us through so many tough math questions, not gonna lie. But of course, none of this would have been possible without Krishna and Balaram and all that they've given me. Because of them, I was raised by a village, and I couldn't imagine it any other way. So thank you, Krishna and Balaram, and thank you to each and every one of you.
I found the tribute to her father quite touching. I should explain now, because you're going to find out anyway, but by not having Udara here, she was actually going to be in charge of kind of organizing the serving of the prasadam, or she had some idea. And then she handed it over to me. And so, like many men, my philosophy is, okay, and let's see what happens. So if it gets a little confusing, I don't know, that may happen, but so I'm just warning you in advance when it comes time for shouting. But I think others have taken up the banner, at least I hope so. Okay, so Narangi mentioned sides, and we dealt with this last year trying to spontaneously recall what sides actually means, the acronym, but when you think about it, it's really not that complicated. It's just that 3 of the letters stand for a direction. So south, central, interior, and then the rest is some
Distance education.
distance education. So, this is a very fortuitous situation for Govardhan Academy that distance education even exists. Because if it didn't exist, Govardhan Academy couldn't function. So, and not only that, but when you get a partnership that kind of understands, your situation and your needs, and it's sympathetic and even appreciative, then it becomes very positive to the degree that you can have a line dance at a graduation and nobody minds. Anyway, so at this time we'd like to have our principal. We do have a principal, Colleen Mullen. She was here last year, and she'll speak a little bit. Colleen.
Thank you for the kind introduction. I apologize for being late. I was misunderstood what traffic patterns are like in the Lower Mainland. I left at 11:30 and I just got here at 5:30, so I apologize. Young lady, it has been a gift to us as a school to have you a part of it. There's a myth that with distant education you can't develop relationships and you don't get to know your students, but that's quite the contrary. We have some gifts that we have walked alongside of for the last several years, and you may thank Skides for partnering with Grad Academy, but actually we thank you for the experience because we've learned so much from this journey. We've learned about what it's like to have leaders. We've learned what it's like when you are outside of the box with your education, what can happen, leading wonderful plays and celebrations, theatrical performances, the art, the singing, the music. It's beautiful. We have learned just as much from you as you have learned from us. And we have grown stronger and better because of that experience. You have 3 awards recently with the Green Games twice and the Samsung Awards. You have spearhead. You took the risk to try our peer what do we call it? Peer coaching. What Joan called it. You're leading. Ran the PE program. Classroom assistant. This got many names. That was our first time doing it, and we kind of created it for you, so you could get credit for all of your leadership. And we learned from you. And Joan's going to be busy this summer now, reconfiguring the course based on your feedback. It has been a pleasure. You are a leader in every aspect of your life. I had pages of comments from the teachers that they wanted me to share, but it all came down to voice, creativity, kindness, the energy. Those things rang through in every email that I received for those who couldn't be here today. So thank you for choosing us to go along on this journey with you. And you have a magnificent future ahead of you. And we look forward to hearing about it. So come back and visit. And maybe you can mark for us someday. Or maybe you're going to be a teacher and you can come and work alongside of us once again. So thank you.
Wow. Okay, so next we are going to present Narangi with her official certificate. If can be no doubting after this moment that she has graduated from high school. But I don't know how that's going to happen. I'm assuming the car is going to.
Okay. It's been a pleasure. Oh my god. You can't all tell, but it's a collage. Through the wrapping paper. Like, I don't know if I can. I didn't want to see.
Someone might have to help her look.
Yeah, maybe like someone can help her.
And I can help her somehow.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. Guess I get to open it. You sure he was saying it was my birthday today? Now it feels like it. I can tell John he put a lot of these pictures in here.
It's taped on the back.
Just rip it. Wow.
Congratulations, Narangi! Woo! Good job!
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Mom, what's a UFO? This is alien.
Lava, our family photo.
Someone can hold it.
She did that freaking toss so much.
I know, no one else.
And I just missed it. I got it on
I guess I should turn this off.
Okay, so now, folks, chance to, I'll give the sunsetters a moment's notice on this. You have to stand up, stretch your legs a bit. We're going to do a group photo of everybody that's here. Nobody's excluded. A group photo up here, so you're going to have to stand up, mosey on up, situate yourself on whichever side or corner you'd like, and we're going to take a photo. You've got about 60 seconds to do that. Then after that, you can, there is over here, there's a little book on this table where Krishna Balaram are sitting. And if you're so inclined, write your well wishes for Narangi. Doesn't have to be long, can be. It's a whole book. And then gradually we're going to move inside the school, which is beautifully decorated for this occasion. There's going to be a slideshow for about 10 minutes or so. And then we're going to serve what we call prasadam, or dinner. AKA dinner. Okay, so group photo up here. Everybody, nobody's excluded, no matter what you think. You are here, so you're part of this event.
I don't know who's the photographer in this one. Yeah. I see it.
What I don't know is who's the photographer.
On that camera?
I can take the picture.
Well, you can use that.
Oh, okay.
I guess. Or you can try both.
Okay, folks, it's happening. Group photo.
I guess that's Thursday because there's too many things happening. Okay. In every way, you're my superior. That's not true. You know that.
Paulina. Jai. We got 4 kids. David's my wife.
Okay, there we go.
The stage is coming down.
And I'm Jenny. I was the
Jenny.
I used to be. I was the first attention to Joe.
That's great. You can come on. I guess I should let you guys get in there.
You gotta come up too.
I guess you can. What's that? I love the
Come for photos, you guys. Okay, guys, no bouncing. Sure. Right here, Bubba. Hey, Jazzy, up here.
Yeah.
Tourist, Ronald, come in the picture. Guys, group photo. Wait.
Please come to the stage.
Get in there. Nandini, right over here. Nandini, right here. We have a spot for you. Now. You are.